Game time, baby, we live, let's go. Ginger Prime vibe and let the whole chat glow. Got that Twitch Prime bezel bucks, that's free. Don't waste that loot, drop it right on me. Yeah. Game time, baby, hit sub, hit like. Boost that hype, let the numbers spike. From Mario jumps to that MMO grind. We up all night, but we still stay kind. Name's Brian, 6 kids, yeah, the party of 8. Tryna log in late night, but the queues gotta wait. I'm a Final Fantasy hero in a minivan lane. Limit breaks on the budget, still I'm grinding through pain. On that Dragon Quest daily slimes in my path, but I level up with love, not just numbers and math. I love MMORPGs, but the raids take time. Now my main full-time job is being dad in his prime. Pull aggro from diapers, that's my endgame boss. No pause button here, but I still take no loss. I got hope in my hood, faith buff on my soul. When life drops, crit hits, grace fills up the roll. If you're tired, feel low, feel stuck in the gray. You know, wipe my bro, we can still replay. New run, new day, don't fold, don't cave. You're more than you fail, don't fold, don't cave. Game time, baby, we on, stay ready. Ginger Prime, aka Brian, keep the squad rock steady. If you got that Twitch Prime, bezel bucks, that's free. So drop that sub now, come and ride with me. Game time, baby, chat, boost that flame. Spam hype in the feed, let them know our name. From Final Fantasy dreams to that Dragon Quest pride. We don't quit, don't fold, we just level and rise. On that no rest for the wicked, dude, I feel that name. Cause the kids up early and the night's the same. I'm a software dev by day, ship code like a spell. Type lines, fight bugs, then I log in the shell. Get pushed, then I push past doubt in my mind. Cause man, high wounds like a glitch you can't find. But I'm here on stream saying, bro, you belong. You're not weak for the tears, you just human and strong. Your Catholic faith in my blood, that's a cross I hold. Not a chain for my neck, but a light when it's cold. 6 kids ain't luck, that's a blessing I see. Every life is a gift, every breath is XP. When the pressure feels heavy and you're losing your grip, you're not stuck in the cutscene, you can still skip. There's a God who knows pain, there's a God who knows strife. If you're hearing this now, bro, hang on to life. Got that Mario heart, bounce back when I fall. Hit a pit, I respawn, I still answer the call. Grab a star, feel invincible for more than a sec. Cause the love in this chat puts coins in my chest. No ghost in this mansion that we can't unmask. We clear rooms together, we all share the task. If you're lost in the dark, we'll be your warp pipe lane. From the sewer of doubt to a bright new plane. Yo, game time, baby, we on, stay ready. Ginger Prime, aka Brian, keep the squad rock steady. If you got that Twitch Prime, bezel bucks, that's free. So drop that sub now, come and ride with me. Yeah, game time, baby, chat, boost that flame. Spam hype in the feed, let them know our name. From Final Fantasy dreams to that Dragon Quest pride. We don't quit, don't fold, we just level and rise. To the dudes in the back who feel low-key done. Scroll feeds all night, seeing everyone run. You compare your slow grind to their highlight reel. Then you hate your own face, you forget how to heal. But listen, you matter more than numbers and views. More than titles or ranks, or to get it you use. If the world says game over, I'm saying not yet. You got side quests left that you ain't seen set. Talk it out, hit a friend, hit a doc, that's brave. A real tank knows when he needs heals to be saved. We're a party, not a solo, put your pain in the chat. Ain't a shame in your story, there's a hero in that. Long game time, baby, before you roam a dip. Hit like drop sub, let your fingers equip. From the code to the kids, to the games I play. Ginger Prime with the line, bro, you'll be okay. Yeah. Game time, baby, this life worth living. New grace, new day, new hope. I'm driven from Final Fantasy.
All right, hello everyone.
With our hearts, lift your head, let's rise.
Happy Monday, happy Memorial Day, everybody out there. Thank y'all so much for coming in and checking out today's stream. In fact, I think if everything is actually accurate, we'll be stepping into Dawntrail for the first time today. So it's gonna be so interesting. What's up, Patrick? Says, I've never heard this intro song before. It's awesome. Thank you. I've been having a lot of fun. I used to be in a band in college, and it's been a lot of fun to be able to sit down and write songs and then see them come to reality with like the gift that is Sono. So for those who don't know, yeah, we've been generating a lot. So we've been generating songs for every podcast. It's been a lot of fun. I've been having a great time. But anyway, like I said, just in general, what you could probably expect from today's stream, hanging out in Discord, talking it up. There's been a lot going on. And yeah, and that's kind of where we're at. I've been working on the Endwalker quest. I think I'm getting close to being done, getting ready to step into Dawntrail for the first time. That's we'll see if we get there on the stream. I'm also almost level 100 on Red Mage. Got a couple more, plenty of jobs to be able to start funneling in experience to. So we're going to be doing that. But as always, I'm going to bring in a beautiful Discord crew. We got Scrag already here hanging out. What's up, Scrag? How's it going, sir? Let me just do this. Let me probably swap some of this music out a little bit. Bring in the Charlayan theme. Ooh-ah. Well, Scrag's muted. Okay. I was like, this Scrag and nothing. which sciences have done, or rather, I understand you've disbanded. I'm still a little bit like, I wish they would have been a little bit bolder on that one. The forum has just the moment adjourned. He is still inside with the Scholaric. See here, will you choose a melee DPS? No. I will not. Now, I already have Viper to 100, so I did that a long time ago, and I was like, all right, cool. But essentially, I was thinking as I start to wrap up, start putting out the controller guides again, letting people kind of vote. So if anybody has a preference on what I should level up next, let me know. Is this voiced? Nope. Or either that or I have the voices muted. My incorrigible children, were you not assisting with Garlemald's reconstruction? Our hosts were most insistent that we take a rest, so here we are. But more importantly, Bryn has news that he would share with you. Dude, anything Viper under 90 is it's awful. That's why I think Evolved is going to be such a nice system. So the threat is past. These are glad tidings indeed. Harnessing light from the first, a technological triumph that could have ended in catastrophic failure. But let us not dwell on hypotheticals. Like the Aether from the Isle of Ham, you employed the light for peaceful, ambient, unanticipated purposes. Knowledge exists to serve the greater good, as my father was fond of saying. I'm inclined to agree in this instance. It has been established that the world-ending crises in the reflections are connected to the calamities in the source. As such, that strides you made to understanding the nature and affecting a change in reflection may one day prove vital in mankind's preservation. The forum will be eager to review your accounts thoroughly, for every drop of water serves to swell the great river of knowledge. How is YouTube doing ads, by the way? As somebody who has premium, I have no. I wasn't signed in, and I was watching them, and I was like, all of a sudden, it started getting some insane ads, and I was like, oh gosh. But yeah, they're barely. They're twice as loud. Oh, that's awful, dude. I'm told they're gonna start doing some in chat ads or something like that, where it's less interrupted to the stream or something like that, but. Time will tell. They talk a big game when it comes to features for YouTube. What's up, Real Kitty? AKA Wes, how are you? Happy Monday. Happy Memorial Day as well. Might we prevail upon you to prepare a comprehensive report, Yustola, on the subjects of the Void and the Cross Rift travel both? It would be my pleasure. Well, we share these tidings with those who aided you, Kakokol, Danak, Cole, not least of all. Now, if you'll excuse us, we must be on our way. I should be glad to speak with you both later. Oh, dude, that sucks. Well, thanks for hanging out on mobile. I love that Quest Complete music. Growing light. See what this one's about. With that, our obligations here are concluded. Oh, Nidhana. What news from Thavnair? They've returned then. Wonderful. Rest assured, all is well with us too. Is that so? We would be honored, of course. I shall relay this to the others. What's up, Oblis? A great feast will be held in Razadhan to celebrate Ashdaya's homecoming. We have all been invited. I'm afraid my sister and I must decline. We have only just returned home. To leave again so soon would be inconsiderate to our parents. With regret, I too must excuse myself from attendance. A prior commitment requireth that I remain in Charlayan for a time. Let not our absence deter you. However, pray enjoy yourselves to the fullest. I have no plans in particular, so you can count me in. I may as well visit the Radiant Host while I'm here. How about you, Bryn? Far be it from me to turn down free food. That's the spirit. But what about the Memorial Crystal? 'Twould be remiss of us not to deliver it promptly to our friends in the First. Also, if they are to transfer light and dark between worlds, they will need command over the Crystal Tower. In which case, I shall give you my spirit vessel to take again. When you arrive in the Crystarium, the sentry at the tower should be able to round up everyone for you. Oh, speaking of the Crystal Tower, the Alliance raids, like I do need to run the second raid series for the Myths of the Realm. Once you have seen the matters there, come and join us in Megaguta. Give everyone our regards, you hear? Bum, 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 bum. Dude, I really hope they get to a point where within the data centers and the worlds that all these zones, they just pump people into it. You know, so it's like it would always, no matter where you are, it always feel lively and things are happening. Welcome back, sir. Mistress Rain is still in the ocular. Will you be joining her? I believe I shall. Very good. If you would care to head inside, I shall send for Captain Leah and beg Lug at once. Not gonna lie, this is the one story point that made me so upset. You are going this whole story about the dark, but you literally have a friend who is the Oracle of Light.
The king has already shared what they glimpsed in the source. The day is won, and the danger past. Hearing the tidings lifted a great weight from my shoulders. Never before had I taken on such a monumental request.
Small though it was, we are glad to have played a role in saving the Exarch's home. And yours. Furthermore, the endeavor served to reaffirm the bond between the peoples of Norvrant. Nurturing this bond, we will strive to be an example for the world Zero aspires to restore.
Is that a Memoria crystal? I can feel it. The tremendous darkness within. Using darkness from the void to restore balance to this world. If such a thing could be done!
Well, well. Though night has returned to our world, darkness cannot arise of its own accord, much less in abundance. But If it could be brought here, in like manner to how we channeled light to the void, it may well be possible to restore the empty in its entirety. Do you still have that spirit vessel with you?
Dude, Patrick, I agree, man.
I beg you loan it to me for a time. I would use it to investigate a way to have the tower receive rather than send energy. Thank you. I shall commence my work at once, in concert with Unu Kalhai, and rigorously explore the possibility.
I too need to explore new possibilities for my powers. My recent experience at Nabatha Reng has taught me that. To that end,
Yeah.
I will set aside botany for a time, and focus instead on myself.
The good point, Kitty, but that's also a thing that's always kind of somewhat annoyed me a little bit, where it is a pretty significant piece of the puzzle. Oh, I probably also should finish the Endwalker raid series. Lots to do still.
Knowing Zero is out there, doing her utmost to restore her own world, it inspires me to redouble my efforts.
There you are. I waited and waited, but you never came. What have you been doing?
Hey,
there?
it's Gaia. Nice.
Gaia!
Oh. Do I know you? Ugh. I never agreed to anything of the sort. Besides, coffee biscuits are old news. I'd rather try something else.
What? I thought you liked them too. Well, no matter. The second serving has something for every taste. So let's just go.
Enough about that. What were you talking about? Harnessing darkness from the void. Now there's an idea. Of course.
Like, was that
doing the
retcon?
Darkness, Reen alone won't cut it.
Oh, until they make a recon.
Next time, call on me as well, alright?
It was a mighty struggle, but I have faith that you would be victorious in the end. And I doubt not that the people of Norvant will cheer when they learn that the Warrior of Darkness managed to save his home. I know that you are a busy man, so don't let us keep you. Rest assured that we will continue to work and etc. etc. All right, where to now? Metaguta. Boom. Oh, good. Yeah, hop on in. Oh, there you are. Can you hear me?
Howdy, howdy.
Okay, cool. And it's like Scrag was like muted for a bit, and I was like, oh, I hope that like Discord's working. I don't know. All right, so retcon, the empty Gaia. Let's break it down. Or not. 1 second. New cutscene.
It cannot be. Oh, Vashan, my darling little brother. To think that I will never see you again.
The way you carry on, anyone would think he was actually your brother. Save your tears now. His Excellency still has one of his eyes. And he has made it clear he intends to continue using his vessel. You'll see Varshan again. Never fear.
Truly? But will it be the little one?
Personally, I prefer the adult vessel. It cuts a gallant figure and has superior functionality besides.
Bah, I don't care about such things. My little brother is little and adorable.
Sisters, give me strength.
'Tis a fine thing being so loved.
Had enough of the revelry, have you? So, what's next for our hero? No need to decide just yet. You'll recall our escapades in the Void began with a treasure map I paid entirely too much gil for. You can't force an adventure. It'll happen when it happens, and you'll know when the time is right. Till then, it's good to lend an ear to others and their tales. And speaking of others...
Discussing each other's plans, are we? Alas, I have nothing exciting to share. I foresee an extended confinement in my Sharlayan chambers, compiling my theories on cross-rift travel. My research may be classified, prohibited by the powers that be. But so long as a bond exists between people, ever shall our worlds be connected. As it stands, a means to travel to the First is within reach, and I would be satisfied even should my research not exist in an official capacity. And what of you, Estinian? Have you any plans?
These tips. They ended too many mysteries. Interesting.
He never was one to stay put for long, though I've no doubt he will make himself known when needed.
Thank you. I think for me, what's the most exciting thing is with the Godless Realm saga. You know, finally kind of seeming like we're going to be trying to actually bring the worlds together. Because I think that has a really big impact. As well, as much as I would like to linger, to pass time I took my leave. If you mean to depart as well, I suggest you call on Vitra before setting out. And before I forget, thank you for everything we learned, for everything we accomplished. I couldn't be more grateful. Next time, take care. For Metaguta. And I hope you enjoyed the festivities. To be able to celebrate Ashdaya's return, everyone was, well, moving beyond words. Lest you wonder, I have chosen to use this vessel for now, but better to escort my sister about Razahan. This leaves my true form without an eye, but I do not anticipate having need of it in the immediate future. Long have I dreamed of showing Ashdaya my beautiful city, a glittering jewel born of unity, and I shall relish every moment of it. Now then, I believe both Y'shtola and Estinian have embarked on their respective journeys, but have you found yourself business elsewhere? If not, you are welcome to remain here as long as you like. Should aught of importance arise, we will inform you, but until such a day arrives, I bid you to take your ease. Oh, you got wait a second. Well, I got a theory on that, but can't say here. But I did do a video. Okay, good to know. Hopeless. I got spoilers for Dawntrail. I don't know if I'm worried about being spoiled. I don't know. Maybe I am.
Oh, finished at last. So time-consuming. How nice would it be to have a mammoth to handle such tasks? Now then, let's have a look at you. Quite old, this letter. We'll need to store it carefully. Addressed to grandfather, and come all the way from Tuliolal, from a Gulu someone. Oh, the ink's too faded.
Hardly anything is legible. Come on, give me something. A commission to investigate the Golden City in Tural. How odd. No one ever mentioned such a commission, nor have I seen any records. Something else in here.
Like a 3-leaf logo.
Unusual earring. How does it relate to the petition, I wonder? Oh, did you go there, grandfather? To the Golden City in Tural?
Back again already, after making a show of leaving. Well, this is it, Charlene. Quite a far cry from Tuliolal, yes? Come, let's go and find your candidate. Our adventurer friend.
For others to follow. When one door closes. Ah, Bryn, one of my clerks was just there with a message for you. The students at Baldician request your presence in Charlene at your earliest convenience. Indebted as I am to your friends, I had hoped that I too might be of service, but it is you alone that they require. If you've no pressing business, pray make your way to the Baldician Annex at once. Ojaka awaits your arrival. In the meantime, I shall continue showing us Dia to the city. From notable landmarks to the people's lives, there is still much more for her to see. Farewell for now, my friend. I look forward to the day we set forth on another adventure together. Bum, 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 bum.
Hey there, Brian.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So you had some theories on.
Well, you had this line with Gaia there, but if the player hadn't played the Eden raids, they wouldn't know who Gaia is.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's like hello. Well, does anybody know if she doesn't show up at all if they haven't done the raids? Like, because isn't that a part of the story? Like, is there anybody? Okay, yeah, I was like,
from my point of view, because I played the Eden raid, so I would have seen that character.
Right. Well, that was kind of my point. Was like, it's like if someone hadn't done the raids and they did that, part, does she even show up? Like, is she even a part of that? I don't know.
Hopeless says she still shows up.
She still shows up. What's up, Sir Bob and Doug? Yeah, that's
thanks.
Well, that's like, that's. I don't know. Like, if they really truly integrated the stories, and who knows, maybe they'll be able to do more of that with their third, kind of that mid tier between normal and savage, where it's like they kind of normal is like story mode, and then they have like the I don't know, who knows.
Now the Eden story is good. It's a good raid.
I loved it.
Story.
I loved it. Yeah. I haven't finished the Endwalker raid series though.
Okay, well, you're going if it connects, but yeah.
Does it connect to Dawntrail, or does it connect to where we're going?
It connects to past stories, so it connects back to ARR and so forth, and back to the going back to the first and going to the source part in Shadowbringers.
Okay.
And me having old brain does not help. I can't always remember everything.
Probably need to knock those out then.
Also, really good music.
Oh yeah,
really
dude,
good.
The music in this game is always so freaking good.
Well,
I'm sure there's some duds, but like,
yeah, the duds just happen in Dawntrail.
Seriously, like, is it just? Oh my gosh! Like, I've heard so much complaints about Dawntrail, and I'm like, goodness gracious, guys! Like, what? Like, do you think it was? How much of it was 16? Do you think?
Well, it's definitely where the B team was told, "Let's see what you can do," kind of vibe.
Okay.
That's what it seems like to me. It's like, here, we're your bosses now. We've been carrying this game all this time. Let's see what you can do with it, so we might take a break for a while.
Yeah.
Which is understandable, but.
But no, he had that prior to Dawntrail. He was fighting that during COVID.
Goes back all the way to Stormblood and Shadowbringers.
All right, 1 second. We got voiced cutscene.
Okay, go quiet.
Apologies for the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important. I chanced upon some commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go, if I may ask?
The New World. Tural.
You went to Tural? Then the person who you wish to introduce...
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
But it seems you've lost her.
Did she wander off?
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us. This is him. The adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
Ooh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain he's no ordinary man. I'm Uklamat, claimant to the throne of Tulihuela.
Tulihuela.
It's Tural's governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
I'll get to the point. I want you to come with me to my homeland.
Given the magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why you're making it?
Of course. Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The Rite of Succession. Taking the form of a contest, it will determine who next ascends the throne. As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate. And I have every intention of winning. I was searching for champions to join me when Erenville told me about you. A mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps aside terrible fiends as if they were reeds, who flew to the edge of existence and saved our star.
She asked who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her.
Erenville seems so annoyed by her.
I might add.
Now you know why. You'll come to Tural, yes?
Wait, let's all just slow down.
What's up, Meownies?
Wuklamat, was it? You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Tulihuela is a nation of many peoples. not only the Mamulsha, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulsha, and one blessed with two heads besides. He's also my father. Not by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
So that is the way of it. My apologies if I was indelicate.
Hardly. I know little about your land, and nothing about your parentage. But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me. Now, this is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled City of Gold and the legendary beast, Valiarmanda. Tell me that doesn't pique your interest.
You have my complete attention. Dude, I'm doing good, man. I've had a great weekend.
We're going to get along.
We went, took the kids swimming multiple times, built Legos with Gabe. Yeah, man. Kind of wish I could do this all the time.
Thrall has no shortage of unexplored frontiers and deadly fiends. You'll never want more excitement, I promise you.
Well, I'm gonna go fishing with Annie and my dad on Friday, so I'm looking forward to that.
Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
So little summer vacay.
Finding one when he was a child. Just because you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Tuliolal and the Golden City. Just
Hey, Chili.
like in the letter to
Hey, what's up, Chili?
Oh. Can you take the sun back? I don't like it.
If I'm to triumph, I am incapable.
We'll trade you our tornadoes and thunderclouds, and you can take this. We'll have the sun.
Yeah, sure.
So let's go on up together.
Just have twisters going through, the aisle there.
A deal. Like we can probably put up with that more than we have the sun.
Yeah.
Like,
Joseph.
It's been about 30 to 32 here.
Oh.
So, Sir Bravo Duck says, thoughts after meeting Woke Lamont. I think obviously it's interesting because, like I've heard and seen some, like I've heard the complaints about her. The when I look at just Aaron Vale's reaction to her, I feel like he's cueing in that maybe there's like he's annoyed by her, right? Like, so I'm like, is it she intentionally kind of giving off that vibe? Yeah, that like I don't know.
That's also a character trope. I mean, that is part of the character trope there
of Aaron Vale, or
both Aaron Vale and Look Lamont. And it's if you're watching good enough anime, you'll recognize the character trope, and I don't mind it so much. It was probably just some. I'm probably not going to say much more about spoiling anything, or if you even want to care about the Dawntrail story, but there's probably just more about issues with some of the actors, or not just the actors, but how her performance was.
Mm-hmm. I would say this, like on the performance level, I feel there is a significant gap between the other characters, and maybe this is my bias, like with Gratia and the rest, and even Aaron Bell and Woke Lamont. Like it is for me an instant noticeable difference, and I'm curious if I change the language. Go ahead, Chili.
I expect that in a way. I know that sounds mean, but a lot of the previous, like those ones you mentioned, also had issues, just like Woke Lamont has now, where they weren't as good. Like,
well, so we look back to 2.0. You're right, because there's been a couple of voice actors they have changed out, and it noticeably, I think, got better. I was like, oh.
Yeah. So I personally had no issues with her being not that great in this. If we were given more time and we found out like she's taken time to improve and stuff like that over time, like that's I know a lot of people jump on her for her bad acting in this, but like so many of them had bad acting when they first started and they've improved as they've got into the character. So, but then I also don't hate Dawntrail as much as a lot of people. Like, I like the idea of my main character not being the main star for once, but a lot of people just want to be the main star. So for me, it's my vacation.
I always thought that was gonna
not the main star.
Like outside of like any of the like political drama that the people have injected into the game, I think essentially what I was going into even out as an outsider at that point, I was like them shifting into. I was like, oh, that's great. Like, we're not the main character, and then that gives us so many more opportunities. And I was like, I don't think it's going to be well received because it's like, hey, we've established a pattern, we've established this way of telling stories, and then we've completely pivoted. And it sounds like though they're pivoting back. Like from what I gathered with Evercold, that is definitely going to be pivoting back. Hopeless says I was willing to give them a chance here because it was just to introduce the character. So yeah, I don't know much more about Wokelmat at all. Like I've heard people just didn't like the voice acting. I saw a clip that apparently they re-recorded, and so it was your like original clip of like her like saying no or something like that, and it was like I was like, oh my gosh, like that was like, how did that get past quality control, to that point? And the fact is they had to go back and re-record it. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not happy that they have to go and do that. Otherwise, why wouldn't they just go re-record, and add more voice to the whole game?
Well, here's something.
Sorry, Karen. What are you gonna say? Sorry, Karen. I'll say next.
Well, I was going to say, here's something to consider: was people have issues with how the character is being portrayed and so forth, and I hate to bring in Star Trek analogies here, but
dude, bring in Star Trek analogies all day long.
How long did it take for Next Generation, DS9, and the rest to actually get their footing? It took them 3 seasons, over 70 episodes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It took over 70 episodes before they finally said, "Oh, scripts got better. The actors had their characters more fleshed out." Probably with the exception of maybe how Avery Brooks' performance, but most of them took a while to get things in sync, and not counting writer strikes and whatnot. And also, there's also alongside the issue of, like, during the Next Generation, Voyager, etc. era, they had an extremely strict, have to be on script policy. And then we have series like Lower Decks, which is just Second City ad lib central, where the script is kind of just there as a suggestion.
Yeah, I've heard it in that like with Kirby and Your Enthusiasm, it's like they don't really have a script, but they do set it up where it's like, here's where here's where you need to get to. So it ends up having that kind of that more impromptu, comedic vibe, because it's like they put comedians in the roles.
Yeah, that's one of my points, is that, and when you listen, there's a bit by the English voice actor for Wokelmat where she goes on a complete taco rant. I'm like, that should have been in the game. That should have been in the game. But it felt like they were trying to stick to the script so much that they wouldn't let the voice actors improv anything.
Yeah.
And so if they probably would have let it probably would have helped that character flesh out a bit more. And maybe they could have incorporated those kind of bits into the other languages. Which, of course, that's where the thing with Final Fantasy XIV, it's written and performed on Japanese first, and then ported or translated to the other languages afterwards.
Right.
So, like, people were compared how Wokelmat's English voice actor was, but they really liked how the Japanese voice actor was. And so that's where they kind of call her out on performance. But again, I may say that's not necessarily the voice actor's fault. That could have been the voice director, the person giving the actor instructions on how to perform.
Well, again, the question I asked earlier, I was like, how much is 16 to blame in this regard, right? Because it's like, and honestly, the only way that I don't think we'll ever know. It's not like they're going to come out and be like, guys, we invested all of our resources and energy into 16. B-Team, did their thing, but more like, but the thing that will weigh it, to me, is how is Evercold received? Because it's like, if they've been taking in this feedback and the story, because like I've heard the complaints about Dawntrail, not necessarily all resting on the like woke Lamont as a character, but on the writing, the pacing, things of that nature, where it's just like, okay, like it was just like a very different kind of vibe. And I was like, yeah, when they made so many different pivots, or like kind of like decisions, that it's like, well, yeah, maybe the director, they weren't given enough time to do what was needed. I don't know, because it was kind of a chaotic time back when this was coming out.
Talking about re-recording lines, though, I can't remember all the lines, but Grahatia, he had to be re-recorded a lot of lines to 7.4 because his voice was shot from doing 2 different movies. So they had to go back and redub the whole of 7.4 with him.
I heard that. Yes.
Hi, Brian, guys.
What's up? Hey, Clank.
Hi.
Yep. By the way, I'm Joe on the Google thing. But, I just wanted to let you know that I did go back. I rewatched the cutscene through the journal.
Yeah.
And I can confirm that they did redo the voice. I can confirm that.
Yeah.
Is it better? For Gratia, or is it?
Yeah, no, it's 100% better.
It's because he was really ill, because he had just finished recording 2 movies, I think it was. So, but it's funny because during that, people were like, oh my god, they've got a new voice actor. Everyone's like, oh my god, they've got a new voice actor. And people weren't believing the fact that it was just him just having a bad day, basically.
Yeah.
Right, but like...
So many people attacking for the new voice actor that didn't exist.
And that's also, I mean, I worked in television, and one of the things we used to say is, if your talent's not up for it, you reschedule.
Yeah.
Because not only does that affect your brand, it affects your talent's brand. Because your talent itself, they have a brand for they do additional work. If they're not showing their best or being at their best,
we must walk.
You're basically wasting everybody's money at that point.
Much ice. Rivals even Yoktura.
You need to just reschedule and do it at a later point. And that also is I'm sorry, that's kind of how people were running things at that point, and just not having the hindsight of it.
We're here
and
to deal with creatures that have been
people are human, they make mistakes. Hopefully they've learned from those mistakes and they'll treat the qualities process a bit better going forward. And the same goes with, and it's like Chili, I don't hate Dawntrail. It has a few things I'm not too impressed by, but it's not
the thing with Dawntrail, though, is like to kind of separate it from to where we're going. I've heard just absolute positive, because so the thing I've heard about Dawntrail this entire time has been the combat, the content outside of the story. Like if you separate those, people are like, this is the best they've had. Like they were on point content wise.
Best raids, best music, best dungeons, best trials. It's been.
I was gonna say, if you gotta compare it to anything, I strongly, the way that I feel about Dawntrail is it reminds me of Stormblood 2.0. How in the beginning it's like sort of just blah, but it's just like everything else that's with it. And heck, I mean, I sort of want to go back and recheck. That's why I'm watching your video right now, because I want to see like if they did do any additional dialogue fixes, because I played this when it first came out.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see.
The the other thing I was gonna say is that like 7.3 or like at least 7.4, like it's like there's been a real tonal shift, and that's what people definitely have been very, very generous to not spoil. Like it's like they're like they're like, so you got to go play it, Brian. It's getting really good, you know. Yeah.
So, in my opinion, it feels like that I'm not gonna say like what happens, but in the terms of the writing, it feels like they brought back the Shadowbringers Endwalker story person who was behind that.
Hope she didn't get a demotion. Because a lot of those folks got a promotion into more like management positions at the start of Dawntrail.
Yeah, so, that's what I'm saying. They might because I'm not sure if you guys watched FanFest. It's going to be interesting to see the other two when they come up. But but from again, like I don't want to bring up the whole aspect of all the drama crap that happened with this expansion and whatnot. Because I want to stay out of that politics crap. But if you notice that, like the last time that they had they have a new lead translator or for the US side or something like that, and then the other person is no longer there. Like they got rid of them.
Yeah, she
because
left
of that drama.
Yeah, and it's so weird to think that it's like how much of the drama is tied to the like 4.5 month expansion cycle, which from the keynote, like that seems to be reduction. Like I honestly, I was like, I remember thinking, I was like, goodness gracious, it's like at 4.5 months, it's like, what are people going to make content about? And it's like, well, like there's, at least from my perspective, there's been no shortage of like,
a good portion of the drama you're talking about there is from not necessarily what's happening in the game. It's what's happening outside the game from political sources, etc.
Yeah.
And they're just being drawn into it. And it's just, it doesn't have a place, doesn't really have a thing there, but some people just have a hard time separating that, or they need something to attack.
Sir Bob Duck, nobody really knows what caused that. There's a load of theories that's been going around, but like the Xenos ban.
Oh yeah, like what he said, or like
no. We don't know if it's what he said, or if it's because of the fact he was using illegal mods, or I'm gonna guess it's a combination of everything that he's been doing.
I've also heard rumors that it wasn't something that for this time it wasn't something he did. It was something that when someone said in the chat while the game was being in the background.
Oh, dude!
And so someone could have made a vulgar comment in his Twitch chat, and it could have been, and that comment could have been actually related to the Happy and Xeno disagreement that they had online.
I saw that as more of a. To be honest, I saw that as more of a show than an actual. Like,
right.
I feel that felt like more of of them doing a show than an actual disagree. Like it was like it felt like a wrestling like thing. like there was like Xenos was playing the heel. Basically, it felt like.
Can you smell
wrestling
what Xenos has been cooking?
Like, then to be taken seriously by anyone. Like, I don't think anyone took it seriously.
Now, if someone said like a vulgar racist comment in his Twitch chat, and it happened to be catching in the same month, that might make reason for why they might give him the ban. But though it's an indirect ban, like you're banning him because of his community.
Yeah, but he was also streaming as a Warhammer character.
Yeah, like using the mods, which essentially, like with the mods aspect, it's like either enforce it or don't enforce it. Don't randomly enforce it. Meaning, like, because this is the same, right? But I was like, this is the same view I had when what's his face? He was like streaming and using the mods, etc. And it's like, if you don't enforce it to those who are like actively violating it, don't go and enforce it on people who aren't public about it, right? Like, I don't want to hear that story of like, oh, I was just hanging out and all of a sudden, it's like, well, like, why aren't they doing that to their content creators? Like, I don't know. My view on that is I don't want, because somebody is making content around a game, that all of a sudden they've got some special perk or privilege that the rest of the people don't have. They automatically have that, streamer privilege is a real thing, but I don't want to sit here and be like, if Square Enix is going to make rules, they should enforce those rules equally. The problem is that I doubt they're watching every bit of anybody's stream, meaning that it's like, my concern is that it does lead to the, it just is more fuel for witch hunts than anything else. And we've already seen that kick off, just the next day. Like, people are just gonna, for whatever reason, whether they feel justified or not. Go ahead, Chili.
I would say there was probably something going on internally as well. with Xenos and Square Enix, just because the fact that he wasn't invited for once as a media for this year for FanFest. So that was before any of this happened.
I don't think they should invite anybody to FanFest in that regards. Like, it's like, get a ticket like everybody else, you know?
I mean, I've been invited, luckily, in the past multiple times, so.
Oh, me too. Like, it's like, I mean, I guess technically through Gamerscape. I don't know if, like, I got media tour access, not the, a FanFest, invite. But we did get a media badge when we went to FanFest, so it was like, oh, cool.
I mean, that's what I mean, like the media badge. Like,
yeah, okay, yeah, like I did get that.
Yeah,
he did not even get a media badge this year.
Yeah, no, I had to hunt for to be able. I had to have 7 of my friends, family members, and being my friend and his wife and whatnot. Like, we were all as soon as the day became available for getting the tickets, we were hunting them down.
Hopeless. What did he say? Because because Hopeless says he did explain more of his band yesterday on stream. Like, is there any new information?
Okay.
I think it has to do with the whole topic of what I was trying to avoid about saying is the Twitter blue sky thing. Like, that's the topic I was trying to avoid.
Isn't that where most of the drama though originates? Yeah, at the end of the day.
But the thing is he brought up he revisited a subject that died off 3 months ago.
Okay.
So I'm like, why did you bring this back up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A giant Calabri. This is great. I like that. It's like, we're going to fight this thing. And then it's like something bigger comes. It speaks. Dude, I just want to see more 11. They seem to be making some moves, and they're talking about 11 to its 30th anniversary now. So it's like, dude, Hopeless. Everybody is always welcome. In the voice chat, bro. Just come on, jump in. We always keep it respectful. That's the only thing. It's like, if we can't have a respectful debate or disagreement, then it ain't worth talking about. Hey, there he is. What's up, Hopeless? Yeah, that's always something I know I'm not perfect, but it's something I always try to do is that I don't attack people. I try to attack ideas, in that regards. Let's debate the idea of this. Let's break it down. Let's look at it extrapolate it over the course of time. Remember, Chili and I were talking years ago, and it's we did a little video back on Work the Game, and it was literally about the people want to play your game, and you're not giving it there's a hard line wall that they kind of put in, and it's you extrapolate that over time. It's give us more reason to play. I don't going and telling me go play another game isn't what I want to hear. I want I know I can go play another game. What I'm telling you is right now I don't want to. I want more. Can you do X, Y, and Z so that way that was a long time ago, but it was a good talk. Hopeless, can you hear me okay? Are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Perfect. All right. No, you're good. Thanks. Appreciate that. But yeah, so what did he explain about his band?
He was explaining that the GM was saying it was his aggressive language, his behavior, you could say. And he was like, well, was it in the game? He's like, well, even if you have the Final Fantasy logo in a tab on a browser, that's enough.
It's true because you're promoting that product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
if you're streaming the category, then you're promoting the game.
Yeah, it's not just the so even if you're got a video, YouTube video, and you got that, and you're over there saying inappropriate things.
What's inappropriate? So right,
aggressive.
Well, I'm saying
aggressive language.
I've seen Xeno and he's communicated that way for a long time. But
a lot of people, like a lot of these people who mod, you know, all this stuff falls under the TOS. Now, of course, it is up to the Square Enix. You know, they are selective, but when you're under like a targeted mass report, like he was, they have to do something. Like they have to do something at that point, because
and mods have always been
sheer amount
you can have but don't show. Basically, don't say, and it's okay.
So, like he could actually talk about stuff about them, but he just can't be in. He has to be like in just chatting or some other category. He can't have no background music of 14, which is also against terms of service if you're using it without the 14 game up. So let's say I'm playing Sonomica 2, or just chatting, but I got 14 sound, the music going on in the background. A lot of people do this. Bellular, he does this. That's against TOS. He can be reported for that. So there's a lot.
That's a lot to do with the Japanese copyright laws, right? Though, because
I think so.
Yeah, but the thing is, they apply a lot of those TOSs. Now, over in Japan, it's legally for them to go after you like that. So if you break TOS in these ways, they can legally sue you. Now, they can't do that here. Only thing they can do is just ban your account or terminate it. I mean, that's the most they can do. Legally, they can't do anything because you are agreeing to their terms of service. So you're like, yes, I know this can happen to me. So they don't really need to do anything past that. So he explained it. It's just simply him, he still thinks it's like overreach. Like, Square Enix should not be able to dictate how he performs his streams. So those types of like, because I saw like recently today I was watching him, and they were talking about Warcraft stream person got banned for saying the F word.
In Warcraft?
Which is weird. And now there could be more to that. I only saw it briefly, so it's like companies are starting to kind of crack down on that.
Well, yeah, because especially with the like clip culture and things like that, it's like, okay, if you're not like, if you're kind of like quiet, being quiet in this regards is like can easily be like, yeah, why didn't you? And then people are going to use and abuse it any way they want, right? Whether you say something or don't say something, you're going to say that means something, and you're going to try to twist it to their own ends.
Yeah, and I just find it funny how they attack Xenos, calling him like white ring grifters and stuff like this, because he's like,
grifter is such an overused word now that it's like, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's just how things were. I mean, I grew up in the 90s and early 2000s. I mean, that's just how everyone was back then.
I was just like, okay, I always kind of laugh about the word grifter, because I was like, what's that? They never reply, they never follow up, but I'm always like, what's the grift? Like, tell me, like, what am I? Because I get called that, and I'm like, but I was like, yeah, it's who they don't like. That's like basically you just translate that to I don't like you. Okay.
Yeah. So because of the way he talks, because it's very, like I said, he talks like, that's how we talk back then. A lot of people just don't like it. They see it as harmful, so they target them for that for some reason. I'm of the, if you don't like someone, block them and move on.
Yeah,
the mute and the block button. Huge community. Like, you got different types of people. Not one portion of the community can claim 14 as their game. There's too many of us.
What actually really
go ahead, Clint.
Because what really surprised me is because how like this game is rated T and whatnot, right?
Not anymore.
So, well, when I was at FanFest, I mean, granted, I know Disneyland and stuff is there and whatnot, but I've seen a lot of people there with their families, like with their kids. So I was just like, that sort of surprised me. But I'm like, that's really cool. But also at the same time, I'm like, are you sure? But then I remember myself growing up, and I'm like, well, yeah, I played like Mortal Kombat and stuff like that when I was growing up. I mean, of course, I wasn't of age to play those, but yeah.
I mean, I played Final Fantasy XI probably when I was a bit too young to play it.
Back
in the
that's
day.
actually one of the things I was thinking about making a video on is like saying Final Fantasy XIV needs a family plan. Because it's like when you think about the game being around. So, oh, hey. Beaker Dragon with the Prime sub. Thank you, man, for 14 months. Dude, thank you so much, dude. But I was like, yeah, most people like remember when like you started playing the game. Like when the game came out, I didn't have any kids. Now it's like with the game coming to Switch 2, it'd be like, man, if you, I don't know, man, what the cost would be, but if you gave me the option, the family plan, especially because they're also adding in the multi-user dungeon trust. So it's like, yeah, like those are some things I was like, I don't want to play the game with the kids where I have to say, you either have to go do this solo now, or we have to go and bring in some random people. You know, it's like, no, I just want to hang out with y'all and play this game I like, you know?
Yeah.
And now it seems like some of that's happening, but yeah, again, family plan would be sick. Because you got to think how many people are, yeah, like as Clink said, he's out there and it's like, see lots of, families out there excited about the game and whatnot. It's like, yeah, a lot of people probably have had kids. Hopefully,
My nephew, when he was 14, started playing Final Fantasy back during Stormblood.
Yeah.
I mean, he's now graduated university, but still plays. But yeah, I mean, I've always thought it was a, family-friendly game. I mean, it wasn't like it's not like Nintendo friendly, but it's like for teenagers and everything. Yeah, just fine.
It's more
I don't like the character model
than it is adult.
I don't like the character model for Woke Lamont. Like her eyes and then like her face is a little bit weird. Like whenever she talks, it's like it feels like her. I don't know. Maybe because I'm used to like the male Hrothgar. Like it needs a little like feel like the snout is kind of almost pug like.
Yeah, I did glad that they got rid of her turban there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Her design, but they don't really touch up too much on it.
Oh, yeah, the Pictomancer.
All right, can we get an actual cryo expansion?
I keep
getting sick. I keep getting told that this is Krau's expansion, and then she doesn't really get the whole story. Like, give me an expansion with actual Cryo that you keep promising. Was it Endwalker where they're like, this is going to be Kryo's? We're going to give Kryo's story, and then they forgot to put her on the art. They're like, oh yeah, we forgot to add her on when we were doing the poster. It's like, really?
Yeah, sadly, without spoiling anything, they did Crowl quite dirty in Dawntrail. Like, really, I think I could have written a better story and did it for free for them.
Again, like I think from what we've seen at the with Evercold's announcement, like this is gonna be like I'm excited. I think I like okay, cool. Like Dawntrail's like all right, like I wasn't feeling like I was missing out on anything, and then it's like, but now it's like, oh no, I want to be there for the hopefully we're rejoining these charts, like because that could have a real big impact, on the game and what they do.
Well, I don't think that's the case with my theory.
Oh, you don't think they're gonna rejoin?
No, because sorry.
Carry on. Because I think I probably agree with your theory anyway, so...
Yeah, because to do a rejoining, from what we know from Shadowbringers, only Shadowbringers in here, I'm not going to touch on anything through in Dawntrail. What we know in Shadowbringers is that it takes a calamity in order for the shards to rejoin the source and to cause a crack in the rift. And that would cause too much death. That would also cause the deaths of everyone in that shard. But not only that, sadly, the video, the trailer video, already spoiled it.
Oh, yeah?
That there will be no rejoining because the old lady tells it long ago. A distant wonder.
Good point.
So...
I mean, you say that, but it depends on how time works. We don't know how time works there.
Well, yeah, because the Shadowbringers one, was actually in a past point of view with like your Stola, Thancred saving Reen. But this one is kind of like in the future from the old lady point of view.
Interesting if she was talking about us or somebody else, some other wanderer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that could also be the case. But
yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I think that there is something, Brian, you'll run into it later on. But it has to deal with the whole like time thing that you're mentioning.
The time warp, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
But no, was it you, Brian, that mentioned the idea of it being maybe tied to Yggdrasil? I like that theory the most.
Oh, that'd be wild.
Yeah. It's called the Godless Saga. That would be an interesting way for them to tie into like the future.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. Like, I'm really sort of hoping that it is that kind of route that they're going to go, because I love both forms of mythology. So I love Norse mythology. I love Greek mythology. They're just, yeah, I like both sides of it.
So yeah, and you know what they say? Kill an Ascian, die living as one.
Did you watch the whole thing with the keynote for Evercold all the way through?
Well, yeah, the keynote presentation, yes. They had other panels and stuff like that, but I had family stuff to attend to.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you missed some of the funniest stuff with some of the other panels. Some of it I probably can't mention here because it was kind of NSFW, but oh my god. Like, someone asked for big butts, and they're like, no, we can't really do that without clipping. And they're like, Xenos did it. And he's like getting visibly angry.
Oh yeah, that was dying laughing.
Xenos did it. Yeah, it's like, come on.
They're like, and they were asking for like, oh, can we get long hair? And they're like, oh, that'll be clip as well. And then he's like, Xenos did it, and he's like, oh, I hate Xenos.
We gotta thank Dark Lantern for 104 months tier 1 support over there on Twitch. Thank you, sir, man. Hopefully you're doing well, man.
I am looking forward to EU FanFest. I will be attending it.
Dude, yes. Like, some of the things, like, I'm sitting here, like, the weekly, just moving things into kind of a weekly aspect. I'm like, oh, come on, please. Let's go.
I have written down, though, if I do get another Q&A in the future, I have written down, like, I don't mind the weekly thing. But I do hope they have a way to make it so that people will want to do duty roulettes. So
well, they have to. In my mind, like, the way you solve that is that you get 7 rewards that you can, and then it's like, okay, that's basically, but like, I could go and sit down and like, I've got 4 hours to play. I usually can do that on one day. It's like, maybe I run 7 roulettes back to back to back, and that's my, what I'm doing for that.
They did confirm that when I was there at the thing, they did confirm that the point system thing, they did say that there are things that are one-time only things, but then they said that there's smaller points. So, like, let's say you have one that's like your one-time thing may reward like 300 points, but then you have another thing that rewards like 50 points. They said that you're going to be able to you can keep redoing the 50-point one over and over and over again to meet your weekly thing.
Yeah, one of the other questions as well was like that. This is okay, but also like with this system and the sync system, what do they also plan to do with alliance raids? Because for the casual player, they're not going to care about the fact that their items aren't synced properly.
Yeah.
For I imagine that's probably something that they're going to talk about more in Berlin, because there was a lot at like when I went to the one to the one in Cali just last month, they were like, oh well, they were saying like that they needed all 3 FanFests to go over everything that they potentially want to show, just for like the initial like span of the thing. And the thing was, like when me and my buddy were there, the thing was like the keynote was like 2.5 hours long. I'm like, good God.
Yeah, it definitely went longer than I had anticipated. You know, which was great. You know,
which was nice.
I think they gave us a lot of what we've been wanting, because I was like, if this keynote is just like copy and paste, like where you're like, yep, all right, we got our 2 jobs, yep, we got this, but it's like no, they went into enough detail, but enough to also be like, oh man, I can't wait to see how they expand upon this. You know.
Yeah, I'm sort of hoping that maybe they'll showcase some more jobs at the Germany one for the
I mean, they will.
I think you get the tank reveal, and then he'll probably have a new shirt for whatever is next.
We won't get another shirt. They only really have one shirt normally, right? So I don't think there'll be another shirt.
He's done 2 shirts before.
Okay, true.
And it was always and it was in the last one. There's been times where he didn't do a shirt, but he came out in the garb. So it's possible he comes out in the garb of whatnot, but then he's done 2 shirts in the past.
Yeah, well, he also at the thing, he also did say, like when they were doing that thing with the dice game, where he had to answer the questions.
Yeah,
that they were stating that he's like, when they're trying to find out what kind of weapon, and then they're like, one was announced, but they're not saying which one it is.
Mm-hmm. I still remember how the shirt thing all got started. Do y'all remember at the first FanFest? Mm-hmm. He didn't have one, and like they kind of teased Dark Knight. You know, he wouldn't say it, and then somebody ran up and got him a Batman shirt.
Yeah,
and then the next time you saw him at the next keynote, he was wearing a James Bond shirt to instigate like guns, and machinist. So I was like, oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't really like a thing.
Right.
No. Yeah, but I think this time they're going with, or he said they were going to be originals.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard whenever they're originals to figure that one out.
Well, to figure out the name perhaps, but essentially kind of like from what he kind of teased, it's like whether it's a gun shield or a shield and a mace, like, we've seen this character already, kind of a Magitech knight, to a degree.
And even if it's original, that doesn't mean it can't be based on a character's weapon.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still saying that I feel like the physical range could be based on Vanille's weapon. That's my theory. But that doesn't mean
Reaper
it's
was
the
based
character.
off of Regi.
Yeah.
From Shadowbringer. So they've always kind of would show a character beforehand.
Well, they teased, obviously, like here, they, picked a Mancer with Cryo.
Yep.
But I'm assuming that this part happened after the reveal of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because y'all are still waiting on the 7.55 story.
Yeah, which will be in September.
Yeah, the last half of it.
Gosh darn it! Like, guys, I feel so spoiled because, like, yeah, y'all have been waiting a long time. I'm like, yeah. it's like next. Let's go.
Yeah, but from what I've played and whatnot, like, I've seen the evolution of, like, even just in the patches, like, prior, or the patches afterwards. That's why I said this is, like, it reminds me a lot of a Stormblood 2.0 kind of situation.
Mm-hmm. You guys have any thoughts about what's been going on with Destiny? Like, we got like big news on that this week. It's insane. I feel bad. A lot of people just really kind of caught off guard. I'm like, we've kind of been talking about this for a little bit.
Let's really think about what's actually what's happened there is that they've shut down the second top shooter.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They shut down the second top shooter that's behind Call of Duty. And they're not showing any support for it. Now, also at the same time, I think they've basically just been burning through a whole bunch of money on it and not getting much of a return.
Oh yeah, dude. I bet that thing has been lighting money on fire. They're Bungie, they're based in California, right? Or at least on the West Coast?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Like the thing is, like, the cost of that is just unbelievable.
Well,
Battlefield
7 billion
6 has more players than T2. Holy crap!
Yeah, it was $7 billion for the acquisition, and then they're losing about $700 million a year on just operational.
You said $7 billion for the acquisition? It was like 3.6, I think.
Yeah, it was 3.6.
Still a significant sum of money.
I mean, it might be 7.6 billion Canadian.
Let's do our conversions here, people. Let's go.
But either the way, well, I'm Texan. I'm not Canadian. Either way, they had a huge amount of money on for acquisition, but then almost a billion each year for just operational costs.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention what they're spending on taking the teams that were at Bungie and putting them at, like, trying to create Marathon and these other live service games.
Marathon cost them like, like
300 million.
Yeah,
300 million?
250, 300. Well, 300 probably with marketing.
Well, more than that, easily, because remember, it'd been in development since 2015, I think, was when Marathon started development. Like, it's not, people seem to think it's a recent game, but in reality, Bungie has been rebooted so many times. It's been around in development for almost as long as Destiny 2's been around.
So they had a lot of stuff. They always kind of had all these little things. They said a lot of things in the cooker, and it's like this. So they would just always be burning money, on these side projects that might never manifest.
I only liked that on that old TV show by Jimmy Carr. That was good. That was where he literally burnt money. But that was funny.
What happened? Sorry, what?
Oh, sorry, you talk about burning money. There was an old TV show in the UK where if there was a comedian.
Yeah.
He would do a quiz show, and if you won money, right? But then you had like another final quiz at the end, and every time you answered the question wrong, the person that lost to you would throw the money into a fire for every question you got wrong. Obviously, it was prop money that was used.
I was like, it'd have to be. I was like, the governments might be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, but yeah,
I was gonna say that there's one company that's got me excited for the remainder of, like, God knows when the rest of their stuff's gonna come out, but it is Capcom. Because I just got done playing Pragmata.
Dude, Pragmata is so good.
Love
it is
that game.
So good, and I'm enjoying it so much. So, like, that's the thing. Like, I feel from a gaming perspective, like, one thing is, like, the fact that I've got limited time to play games. The games I do play, like, I'm like, this is great. Like, You know, no, I'm almost up to 400 hours for No Rest for the Wicked right now. I'm like, yeah, it's not even out yet. Let's go. And then Pragmata is really good. I've been playing Horizon 6, which is phenomenal. They do so good with that series. And it's so it can be so they added. I don't know if they added this in 5 because like I played a little bit of 5. I didn't spend all that much. I wish I spent more time in 5 because like I really liked the Mexico, kind of aesthetic that they had. But they added in auto drive, so it's like there's nothing better. Like, oh, I need to go do this. Have my car drive to it.
Gundam race yet?
No, I haven't gotten to. I've seen a clip, and I'm like, I am looking forward to the Gundam race. But just the fact that I can have my car auto drive while I go help Julie and the kids. I was like, this is my kind of game, guys. Like, yeah, let's go.
Also, speaking of Capcom, I mean, they've kind of come to the rescue of Nintendo through all this stuff because they're starting to port all their games over to the Switch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks also, Baked Web, for the follow. Appreciate that, dude. Fancy running into you two here. We're gonna go to the new world. You wanna come with us? It's wild. Battlefield 6. So I've seen people kind of saying like on June the 9th, they want everybody logging into Destiny 2 and signing a petition. I think somebody was saying buy all this stuff. I was like, man, I don't know, man. It's like I don't want to throw money into a furnace.
Oh, also, I know not a lot of people are a big thing on the Mog Shop thing or whatever, but the crossover items that are on the Mog Shop for the Fantasian stuff, apparently that stuff's going away in a couple days.
Yeah, because they don't own the rights to the IP.
So which what IP is this?
Neo Fantasia.
Okay, no idea.
But I will say, if you don't really like it that much, do not rush to buy it, because in the small text it does say that there is a chance that in the future they can return. So, I again, that's more corporate speak than anything, but there is always a chance that. Like,
what did Bungie say about hey, we're gonna vault? They called it vaulting, like content, and it's like. You never brought it back. You didn't vault it. You deleted it. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference between vaulting and the copyright.
Yeah.
Like, they got a copyright for 2 years and they didn't renew it. Like
Nintendo's probably going to save SE this year as well. The why do you say that, Ramos?
Yeah, why? I find it funny that people are like, oh my god, the PS5 is so expensive in Japan, and but people don't realize that the Switch 2 now, because of the Japanese price increase, is actually now more expensive than the PS5 in Japan, which is crazy. Only because they've got their own Japanese edition, which is cheaper. Like the PS5 has a Japanese only model, which will only run Japanese games. It won't run any international games.
And I think the Switch is following suit with that. The Switch 2 will only have a Japanese version.
Yeah. Yeah.
Battlefield 6 dropped to below less than 100K soon after its launch. So while at peak, it capped above Destiny 2. Destiny 2 has usually been more consistent.
Well, I mean, that's the games as a service model, at least, where it's like if you release content over enough time, like people keep coming back, you know?
Yeah, people consume Battlefield 6 and now they're done with it. And now there's like, okay, let's go find something else.
Yeah. There's always going to be a spike on big AAA games that will make it. Oh, people go, oh my god, the Call of Duty has more player base than so and so, but like that's because it just came out. Everyone wants to buy it. Everyone's playing it. You can't really judge it until say 2 or 3 months later. Then you can be like, oh, this is the actual player base.
I'm wondering when they're going to release the Gears of War E-Day, because I'm sitting here looking at kind of the calendar. They got the Halo. They just did the Horizon. And then they still have Fable. And if all of those are going to be like this year, it's like, And man, if you're putting that all in the fall alongside Grand Theft Auto 6, it's like there's going to be a lot of cannibalization of your own IP this fall. My hope is it'd be great if it was over the summer. I'm like, that'd be great. I'd love to play some of that.
I don't think it's going to be over summer because that'd be way too much in a small window. But I can understand why they want it this year, because it's the 25th anniversary of Xbox this year.
Yep.
So they want as many of their major franchises out to celebrate, 25. It's smart. Sony should have done something like that.
Oh, it's funny that you bring this up because my brother, he was in top 100 Gears player.
Oh wow, that's awesome! I love this series.
Before the esports went away, he was invited to the pros teams, and he knows a few of them and plays with them. But
I am going to say this: I don't think esports was a good, like at the time it was interesting. I don't think it's actually panned out at all, and I think it actually has kind of set gaming back somewhat, where like everybody was kind of trying to push into like, oh, esports, and it's like people are just like, nah, bro. Like just want to play our games, man. Yeah, go ahead.
But from what he knows, that he's saying that Gears E-Day might be released in September.
Yeah, September makes a lot of sense, but again, like I'm still saying, like, okay, let's say it is in September, and let's say they do have Fable and they do still have Halo, like September, October, November. Like, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm not planning on playing it. I'm not a Grand Theft Auto guy, but I can sit here and like absolutely understand just how much oxygen that game is going to demand. I don't know if it's going to be a good game. I don't know if it's going to be successful. There's some serious signs and risks in what and how much they've spent. But regardless of that, the general gaming population is going to be like, wait, there's a new Grand Theft Auto 6 out?
No, they could spend double what they've spent and they'd still be okay. Like,
well, that's what I think they announced. It's coming to. They originally was PlayStation, like launching exclusively on PlayStation as a time exclusive. Apparently not. Like it sounds like it's coming also to Xbox same day. Which
GTA was never going to be PlayStation exclusive. It's got exclusive marketing.
Okay, I was hearing that it was coming to PlayStation first and then rolling out to the other places later. But I was like, okay.
No, it's console first, but PC is going to be later.
Okay,
so console has always been first, but it's because. As much as people are like, oh my god, I want it for PC, the issue is the PC market version never sells that well. And the microtransactions is nothing compared to the PlayStation version and the Xbox. Like, from the leaked numbers, we saw, like, PC, I think, was less than 1% of the actual microtransaction sales. Like, 1 to 2% of the overall sales was on PC. So, they might as well release on PlayStation. They get the initial sales, get the income from the PlayStation and Xbox version.
Yeah.
I should say console. And then once that's settled down, and next year, they can be like, oh, but here's the enhanced version on PC. You want that one, right? And then everyone will then go out and double dip and buy the PC version. So, like, and then they've had the year worth of, like, funding already.
So I was going to say there is one thing that on that topic is something that sort of has got me a little mad or PO'd is, and I don't know because I haven't heard anything else on it, but apparently I guess that they were saying, and granted, they announced there's going to be a PlayStation thing coming up on the 2nd. They announced it like 2 weeks in advance. I guess it's supposed to be like 60 minutes or something like that. And one of the games that they're going to showcase, I think, is going to be Wolverine. But then
that makes sense. Wolverine's this year, right?
Yeah, I think. But also at the same time, like I understand it from like a studio and ownership perspective. But I'm like, why? I remember reading about Sony making Wolverine just a PlayStation 5 title game only, not going to any other system.
I think that's PlayStation kind of in a way responding to Steam Machine and some of that, where it's like their games being played in the living room off of a PlayStation doesn't necessarily sit well with the core of their business. I honestly don't know if it's gonna, like, they've got 90 plus million PS5s out there on the market. Like they clearly have market dominance, But I think when what I see and how I look at it is that with Switch 1 being announced that it's coming to the Indian market, like I'm like, yeah, I think they're pushing to be the bigger, the most sold console of all time number, and finally take the crown from the PS2. That like 1 second, Gabe. That all being said, it's like I think at the end of the day, like I don't know how they sell PS6s outside of diehard. Obviously, exclusives are going to sell consoles, but it's like if you're talking about such a minimalistic number, it makes me just really kind of curious to see. Like, obviously we can't jump 10 years in the future, but if we're ever looking back at this, like a clip of this at some point, I think obviously hindsight will be 2020. I don't think it's necessarily probably the smartest move in terms of getting people to play the game, but I think it's going to sell just fine because they have an install base that they can sell to. And it sucks because I would have played it on the PC, but I'm not going to be getting it on the PlayStation. 1 second. Yes.
Yeah, see, I'm different. I've got a PC and I'm running Final Fantasy XIV on PC, but I will purchase Wolverine on my PS5 because I'm fine with that. Like, I think the same thing with Steam. Like with Steam box, like when there was rumors that the next Xbox is going to run Steam.
Yep.
Because there was that rumor. Like, Sony's not going to want their game on Steam and then have people load up their Xbox and then play Wolverine. Like, they're not going to want that. Like, they probably don't even, like, I hate to be mean, but they probably won't care at all about the Steam box that much. So people seem to think that's scary. Sony is like, oh, that is kind of cool, and probably don't like it, but there's a difference between the Steam box and the Helix playing Steam games, if it does play Steam games.
Yeah, I do believe Helix is going to play Steam, because I think they already talked about that. If they did, we
don't know.
Well, if they walk it back, then there's not a real big reason for me to get a Helix. Like, again,
Asher's talked about the fact that people kept saying that that it was going to have the Epic Games Store as well, but then Asher came out saying the fact that there's no talks about having the web store available on the Helix. So again, I don't know if it's going to be. We'll see. I don't want to say anything because I don't even think Microsoft knows what they're doing right now when it comes to stuff for us to even speculate.
Here's the other.
Hope that it does, but we'll see.
Here's the other thing that people may not be thinking about right now is going to be the cost of these systems.
Yep.
Yeah.
PS5 Pro up to $900. We're probably looking at around $1,200 or $1,300 for a PS6.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's going to be stupidly expensive, but I don't think it's going to be that high. The difference is the Pro is made to be sold to a smaller. People seem to get confused with the Pro and the standard console. Sony internally only seems to like they price the Pro at a higher rate with less cost per sale, because they design it so that it can be they're like. I think the PS4 Pro, their internal sales plan was 2.5 million. Even though there was 140 million PS4 sold, they only wanted they were only expecting 2.5 million PS4 Pros because they sell it at profit rather than a loss. And
that's
like the same
all
with PS5
changed this
Pro.
Generation, though.
Well, that and then the memory.
No, PS5 is still even with the increase is still at a loss. Every PS5 that's sold loses, I think it was $40 to $50 per sale, even with the increase in price. They were
making profit on every PS5, but
no, every PS5 sold at a loss. It's only once you add the subscription fee or an extra controller that the console is then considered a profitable console. If you do not add an extra controller or subscription fee, it is a loss at a hardware level.
Okay.
But I still think they're going to sell it at that much just because of their hardware costs right now.
I was just talking about with RAM, like everything's gone up so much in price that it's like it gets to a point, and they don't want to sell it at an expensive cost, because putting it at an expensive cost reduces the ability to, like, for people to go in and pick it up.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be cheap. I'm just saying that I feel like it's probably going to be. I'm going to go with 700 again. not cheap, but not over $1,000 like people seem to think it's going to be.
Plus, we're probably still looking at another $500 for the handheld unit that they're bringing out alongside the PS6, which is going to basically be a PS5 in a handheld container.
Which I know that sounds weird, but I wish they would just discount the Portal instead. I know they increased the price of the Portal, but I personally feel like cloud gaming on handheld is much more efficient than native. Because you have to try and fit all that hardware into the little device. I would rather it be connected to an actual rig that has the power rather than trying to limit the device's power. But that's just me. Like that's why I defend the Portal when it comes to that. I won't defend the price though. I'm not going to ever defend the price.
My $700 purchase for PS5 was not a PS5 Pro. It was a PS5 and the PlayStation Portal together.
Yeah.
And I don't defend the raising of price. I really don't defend the fact that they added the rest of the cloud streaming as a separate function on the Portal, because they kind of broke the PlayStation button function on the Portal in the process, because you now have a 3-button step before you just hit the PlayStation button, bring up the control bar, and then you can close the game down if you want to. Now it's a sub menu to the PlayStation control function, which I understand why they did it, because they wanted you to bring the sub menu, and then if you can just switch over to remote play if you want to, or switch over to whatever they call their streaming service, which is only going to include PS5 games up to now. They haven't brought in the PS4 or the PS3 remote play into that separate service, even though the servers that function with that connect it to the PS5 are very much functional. They just never brought it over to the Portal. And something I also would like them to see about doing is see if they can bring back some of their old nostalgia titles, because that's a library that they've forgotten, or we're waiting for them to do a remake of those titles.
Yeah, I do see a lot of remakes and stuff like that more as when they kind of look at costs and risk and things like that, where we've seen a lot of money leave gaming investment, and due to like, not like people talking about the RAM crisis, like a lot of these companies are like, well, should I throw a couple $100 million on a game, or should I throw a couple $100 million on AI, which and I think they're choosing that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is the one great thing that I'm going back to the whole FanFest thing. That is the one great thing out of the entire thing that I was worried about was, oh god, they're doing all this updated stuff. Are they gonna have to make us buy, like, am I gonna have to go and upgrade my computer again?
Arlon guy? Are you sure?
And they're just like, nope, they're keeping everything the same. So I'm like, that's really good, all the way up until I think they said, like 8.3 or whatever it is. So, yeah.
Whenever they force the PS5 as the baseline, that's when they'll probably force the hardware upgrades.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's the 8.3 is what he was saying, which is like, 2 years from now or something like that.
And I don't think it's going to be a proper hardware upgrade. I think that the main issue is going to be the fact that it has a mechanical drive in the PS4, which is probably what is the issue with the size of some of those enemies.
They're in the pit. They're in the resting in the garage.
And the speed of the drives too.
Yeah, because it's a mechanical drive.
Yep.
So, I feel like that is more the limitation more than the hardware of the PS4. I think it probably can still run the game just fine. It's just that the mechanical hard drives are aging. They'll require SSDs.
Which is funny, because even in my video rig, I still have to rely on mechanical drives, because if I need to have for the 30 to 40 terabytes of capacity for backlog on video projects.
But that's backup, right? More than anything, and recording. Like, I have a external hard drive that I keep, cold storage.
Yeah, it's backup, but also it can still play the videos, still play the 4K and HD videos off of it, and still function for that, so I can still edit on those if I have to. Yeah. But the primary work drives, of course, will always be the SSDs in the system. Of course, the issue now is with the cost of chips and the RAM that's been overly inflated by data center actors in the industry.
Right, talking about remakes and reboot. Can we finally get an official release of Chrono Cross here? I want that.
I thought that was being remade, or is it just being stuck in a rumor mill the entire time?
I think it's been rumor milled the entire time. Because, in the UK, we've never actually had a console version of Chrono Cross. It's never released here. Like, we got the mobile version, a PC version, but there's never been a legal version of the game here as a actual console.
Oh, that's sort of weird.
It's gonna be neat with the PS5, like a PS6 handheld, like what that kind of looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I just said that every game has a PS5 mobile mode, because otherwise it's going to get dropped so fast. Because Sony doesn't support it that much. As I like Sony doesn't support additional hardware unless they're forced to, and which they're not normally because nobody's doing it. So they need to make it so that the SDK has a version for you to port it down to the mobile version easier, so that people can make mobile versions of the games.
Unless they borrow the Portal's controls, which is just sticking the DualSense onto the device itself. Which case they wouldn't have to basically modify any of the controls, because the controls are still there. But if that PS5 handheld does what do they say it does, that would actually make it the most powerful handheld on the market. Which I'm excited for that.
Some people are in the game.
Everything okay there?
Yeah, Gabe was just needing me to open something, and he's like, why are they animals? And I was like, well, some people they are, and they're like, wait, for real? And I go, on the game. Chrono Cross was on the original PlayStation, unless it was there's a different version of it. I really wish they ended up also making Chrono Break and just kind of having that whole thing together. What's up, Rook?
Or even like a combo, like a mass collection.
Yeah, with
Would
Nintendo,
you buy that, Chili?
With Nintendo doing like the Zelda remake, which I think is pretty obvious that's happening. Like, man, like yes. And it sounds like we got Dragon Quest announcements maybe tomorrow or Wednesday or something like that, where it's like, I think
8, I think.
Yeah, like, well, they have 8, but it's like it could be different languages. But from what I gather, it's like, I think people are speculating 4, 5, and 6 could kind of enter that 2D HD, which I think would be phenomenal to do that. And then I really hope they do 9. I carry this like on my desk all the time.
What if they ever brought over 10 online?
Sorry.
10 online would be great.
Sorry, 1 second. Meow says it was on PlayStation, but only in North America and Japan. Europe never got it. Just like how there was the port. It was with Final Fantasy VI, if I'm right, the PS1 version of 6. Because it was bundled with that. But we just got it with a demo of 10. That's how late we got it. With Final Fantasy VI. Because ours came out after the PS2 was released. So, but yeah, the actual release was North America and Japan. There was a worldwide release actually. Or was that Chrono Cross? That's Chrono Cross. But yeah, there was a worldwide Chrono Cross. But Chrono Trigger, and Chrono Trigger was NA in Europe and Japan only.
Should definitely release it as a bundle or something.
Yeah, I would buy it. Yeah, it was on Android, it was on Windows, and it was on the DS here. But yeah. But it's mainly because of the limitations of CDs back then, because you've got to remember, for Europe, you've got to have so many different languages that the to get games like that, which are already filling up the disc, you then have to have the Spanish, German, Italian, English, French, like multiple different Polish. You got like 20 different languages to try and fit on the disc, and you have to then either fit that on one disc somehow, or somehow publish that 20 different times. So a lot of the companies back then just didn't want to take the risk because they don't know that we never really got RPGs because we didn't get stuff like Super Mario RPG. We didn't get like Final Fantasy until 7. Dragon Quest, we didn't get till Dragon Quest 8. Like our RPGs were hit and miss here when it comes to actual releases.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a market here. So do you want to risk trying to make 20 different versions of the same game when you might not sell any of them?
Yeah, especially at the cost to produce all that. All right, and there we go. I guess we're heading to the new world unless something else happens between here and there.
Yeah, Brian, I'm probably going to bounce soon, but I just want to say thank you again for having me on the round table.
Dude, that was fun, dude. That was so fun. We'll get
and
you
I've
back
had a spike
on.
in subscribers since then, so thank you.
That is in and of itself amazing to hear because it's like the collab feature that YouTube offers. That one thing I would say, because actually I was gonna like, and hopefully you don't mind me saying this publicly, is that like you chat in chat as Chili UK. I think it would help if you chatted as the channel that you got the content you're making on, just so that somebody
on
was
yours,
whenever you're like talking on a stream or something like that in the comments. I was like, because in a way it kind of could act as a like, oh, let me see what this person's about. Fair. And you're like, oh, they got videos. And
the issue is my Chili has the YouTube Premium, so I'd have to switch over.
Ah, yeah. So you don't want to lose that YouTube Premium.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I do that.
More than fair. I guess essentially, like you just run the stream twice. Yeah. The one with the audio is on the UK, and then you just chat as your YouTube brand.
Yeah. But yeah, I dropped down under 360, but since then I'm back to 367, which means I've got like 8. So again, thank you so much.
Oh, good, dude.
I don't want to self-promote too much, but I just wanted to say thank you for everything.
Absolutely, bro. It's always good hanging with you, and thanks for making time to come on the podcast. I know we even went long too, which I was like kind of anticipated, but it was like, yeah. I ended up having to do so much work like late into the night. I was like, okay.
Yeah, we had the Baldur's Gate stream like planned at 8 as a collab, so that's the reason why I was like trying to like get dinner sorted so I could get off, so I could get ready for Baldur's Gate. Because I didn't, if it was just me on my own, I didn't mind delaying the stream a little bit, but because we were with someone else, like I didn't want to be rude. So yeah, anyway, remember, if you're watching this right now and you watch this on YouTube, think about hitting the like button. I'm going to have to bounce, but please give this man a subscription, give him some love. If you're watching on Twitch, hit the follow button. A lovely individual. I've always enjoyed chatting with him. We may not have had the same opinions sometimes, but he's always been respectful for what I've said.
That's when life is fun, though. It's like we can be like, oh.
You've always been respectful about it, though, to me. So, like, even if we don't share, we still show, have some respect for each other no matter what. So seriously, please follow, please like, please give this man all the love and care that he's given so many different other people in the community. And so thank you so much. I'm gonna have to bounce because it's getting late and I'm really hot. Please,
Get some rest,
it's
buddy.
the night. I don't. It's England. We're not supposed to be warm. Like, I know I'm going to say this number and you're going to laugh in America, but there's a difference.
Yeah.
Like, we're not like we've actually hit the hottest heat in England for over 100 years.
That sucks.
It was like,
and y'all don't have
it's-
a lot of you have a lot of air conditioning though, right? Like is
5% of houses have air conditioning.
Yeah, here in Texas, everybody's got it. So it's like
Not even schools, hospitals, buildings. Nobody really has it. Like it's so.
When we were
it was
in
33 here with 80% humidity.
that humidity is always what
second.
gets you. Yeah, sounds like Houston.
91 Fahrenheit here.
Okay, yeah. So 91 with it's the humidity on top of that. It's like I can handle the heat. I just the heat in the community is like no, thank you.
Yes, my location right now is 92% humidity with like it's in the 70s now because it's 11 p.m. It'd be a bit scary if it was still 90.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's a lot.
like,
Well, yeah.
Please go away. It's
Get some sleep. Hopefully you have a fan.
No, mine broke, so I do not. Anyway, thank you so much. And again, please like, please subscribe, and I hope to be on again someday. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Chili. Get some rest. All right. Yeah, dude, no fan, 91. I couldn't handle it. I'd be like, how do I safely fall asleep in a cold bath?
So I'll post. I'm not sure if you'd be interested in it, Brian, but I have a little portable like air conditioner thing. It's like a little miniature fan. It's not bigger than the size of my soundbar. Like it's actually really tiny, and it doesn't run on like hardly any electricity. You just got to charge it up. I have the thing that I bought is a thing called Breeze Max.
Breeze Max?
Breeze Max or something like that. And it's just a little tiny little air conditioner that just blows out cool air. I got it primarily for the computer room because it's really hot in here. But yeah.
Yeah, thankfully when we built the office, I ended up having to install like a really kick-ass fan because like the only room that I feel like gets unnecessarily hot is where all my computer's stuff is. And it's like, so I was like, all right. And that actually is quite nice so far. We'll see how it handles. This will be my, like, we built the office out last summer. So last summer was kind of wild. But now here we are like, okay, cool. We don't have to leave the house for 6 weeks. Yeah, so Baked says, "Hey Ginger, I didn't know you streamed on Twitch. How's it going, man?" So Baked, we stream pretty much everywhere, so we're on all the platforms in that regards. I don't stream that often. What we've been kind of having is Sundays. Now, obviously today is Monday, and that's because Memorial Day, and we just been having a lot of fun. So it's not. Yeah, I don't generally promote the Twitch in that aspect because I'm not somebody who can stream consistently, but generally we've been hanging out like at least once a week, which is fun because it allows me to kind of get caught back up in Final Fantasy XIV. Like somebody asked me like, you can play some No Rest for the Wicked? It's like, I'm not against it. The next thing is the 1.0 release and the wipe. I'm just kind of waiting for the PTR with the class system. Excuse me. And then I want to check out Star Citizen. I don't know if you guys have seen Star Citizen 4.8 is out, and they just also announced they've crossed over $1 billion in fan funding. So it's like unbelievable milestone. And people are like, yep, still in alpha. They've been doing a lot though. So I'm very curious to see what happens with that. Yeah, man. You used to enjoy the YouTube content? Well, hopefully you still do. I'm trying. I didn't post any this week because we're on this big project with work and we're trying to get over the milestone. So I just didn't have any bandwidth to make any videos this week. I was like, oh yeah, trying to get into the sense of like at least, a couple videos a week. And then I'll be putting out some more of my guide content, hopefully here in the coming weeks as well, as I kind of get reestablished. And knowing what the heck I'm doing. And I'm feeling pretty good with Red Mage. There's a couple changes I'm going to make. We'll get there.
Of course, that changes in a year.
Well, so how I'm going to do it is that I'm going to label all these the reborn mode guides, and then I'm going to let them know like there will be some changes. I'm not going to be refreshing the reborn mode. Everything from here on out is going to be evolved. So it's like, yeah, that's just going to be how it is. So far, like we just obviously, I haven't actually stepped into the new zone, but there's interesting aspects of, how they feel. Oh, we all getting shipwrecked. Are they falling off the end of the sea? Huh. We'll see. I can't really weigh in on it. Chat was asking him my thoughts on Woke the Mat earlier, and it's like I don't find the character all that appealing, and I think they're setting it up obviously with like Aaron Vol being annoyed, it's like so, and I know that people haven't really enjoyed her as a character whatsoever, and I'm like, okay, I get that, but I'm more interested to see what 7.3 and beyond for the story, because that's where a lot of things apparently are gonna be freaking cool.
She's not that bad. I just wish she would die.
The way that I've seen the character, I'm not sure if anybody else has really had the same input, but I've seen it as sort of like a She reminds me of the from the anime Naruto. Naruto is like as a character.
Yeah,
like, that's what it reminds me of a lot. But on a whole different topic, I am actually gonna probably get ready to head on out.
Okay.
I got probably work and we're short-handed, so we're probably gonna be mandating at work like for the next week. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to be back on, but I usually am on around 7:30 to 8 o'clock Eastern every night. But yeah. If you need help with anything, Brian, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I think I probably I might do a little bit more, but I'm like, we were like out swimming and all that stuff, so I was like, yeah, I think I'm kind of I want to go and at least unlock here's the new zone, and I might end up just kind of transitioning to like chilling with the family before as we get into the evening. So I generally, like from a streaming perspective, usually have about 2.5 to 3 hours max on a stream, with some rare exception where it's like, all right, I'm playing. We might run a thing or two now that Scrag's back.
But yeah, I just also was there was something else I was going to say, but I'm gonna go ahead and head on out for the night.
All right, man. You have a good night, Scrag.
Wrong person.
Wrong person's Clank.
The Baked Web says the non-spoiler political take is that she just had so much screen time, she never had a chance with people overexposure too early. Like I think that feels fair. Like it's like, yeah, like because that's like I don't even kind of vibe with the character model, and like I feel like she kind of has a pug nose, like if that makes sense. And it's like it feels like if they gave her a little bit more of a mouth that might visually be much more appealing. But all right, here she is. Who knows? Maybe I heard apparently she takes off her turban. Maybe that will visually help. I don't know.
Well, you know what it is for me, and you'll see this if you watch Community. You know the episode where Jack Black shows up on an episode? She's Jack Black.
Okay.
Hey guys, we're all cool, we know each other, and we don't. Stop.
Yeah. Also, from what I've heard, the Japanese community didn't even like her. So, not as bad as us, but because we had the whole BA issue, but they just, as a character, she's just not well liked anywhere.
I've said multiple times, it has nothing to do with the voice actor. It's just an annoying character. It could have been voiced by Tom Cruise, and I'd still be just as annoyed by the character.
Yeah, it's just I think the inexperienced voice actor, because they really are. I mean, if you look at their past work,
no, it's easy to see in quality compared, in the scene that I've listened to. It's it is a audible quality difference. And some people brought up that maybe they're due to the timing or whatever, some of the stuff might have been recorded in their homes or whatever. And it's okay, maybe that's what happened, but definitely it's the difference between somebody who's oh, I've listened to this band that was in the studio and they crushed this song, versus me who's I'm just kind of learning the song, right? It's there is an audible difference that you're oh, I see why, people can do this at a professional level.
And also with movies, sometimes a good director can make an actor, bring out their, more of their skills, because you can see one movie where one actor is usually good, not that great in one movie, or an actor that's usually not good, and then in one movie they're really good in.
Yeah.
But that's not. This one is one their inexperienced voice actor, and I also think the voice directing was also not very well done, because you'll see this with multiple characters. It's not just her.
Right. That's I've heard Dawntrail felt, and I keep bringing it up. It's how much did Final Fantasy XVI dramatically impact the development of Dawntrail, because it was going on in parallel. So I honestly think that's that probably had to do a lot with it.
Yeah,
this again, you can only focus on so many things at once, and it's I've argued that they've overworked Yoshi P to the point where it's just I have no issue if you want to keep him the director, but give somebody else the producer role, or make him the producer 14 and bring in somebody who's the director, just because it's there's just too much going on, guys.
Yeah.
And Bake Web says, Graha T as a voice actor had to kind of get refilmed some stuff, but I think also that's because he was just overworked with some of his other projects. He's apparently becoming quite famous or something like that, and they've been putting him to more work.
Who's that?
Graha T as voice actor.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Are we going to do voice acting in our game, Greg? Should I audition?
But
Gravely.
I'm not planning on it.
Yeah, it's man, this seems like a lot of work.
Which, by the way, in a few minutes, I'm about to check and see if that patch fixed the palace mode or not.
Dude, that palace mode that you were showing me earlier today is good. I was I cannot wait to lose so many hours in this. I've been jotting down ideas in terms of some of the things that you've kind of asked me to kind of work on. So as I kind of play, I'm oh, maybe that might be fun in an interesting way. We'll do that here. I still got those UI updates I got to get to you. I'm gonna turn up their game audio.
At last.
Nope. I'm probably gonna switch to Japanese voice acting. Because I've heard the experience. I've played games with Japanese voice acting for a long time.
Yeah, I did my first playthrough was English, and I have an alt character that I went back through the story with the Japanese, just to see if it feels different. And it kind of does.
I'm gonna hop off voice for a while.
All right, man.
Later.
See you, dude.
And sorry I missed the first.
Nah, you're good. I'm
bit
just
of
doing
this.
cutscenes, and we've been discussion. We talked about the Xeno thing, and like, should content creators be worried? Like I honestly have no idea. We'll see. I've already seen people going after other content creators. It's like, oh gosh.
But yeah, with the way the TOS is, it's very easy to do.
Well, that's why it's like when you have a vague or TOS that is not enforced, and then it's like, oh, now we're gonna choose to do this one thing. Yeah.
And to be fair, though, like I said in the podcast, around Stormblood, the JP community was being a-holes, bro. Like, there's a reason why the TOS got changed, and it's mostly the JP community witch hunting people on Twitter in like 2016-ish, 2017-ish
Something else.
era. So
Is that a... No. I've never seen Barney Feathers.
just don't be a jerk, I guess. That's kind of what I think.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea
Yeah, but I think it's also kind of like the double standard almost, where why does this guy get the pass but this guy doesn't?
And
right.
We don't build seafaring ships.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I don't really watch Xeno. But whenever I have seen clips of him, he kind of rubs me the wrong way. So I don't know.
Yeah, I've not really watched 14 Creators a whole lot. I usually watch them for like informational type stuff. So for like tanking stuff, I go to him. I used to watch your stuff, with your controller guide, because I did play on PlayStation for a while there. So that's the reason why I know you from mostly watch YouTube videos.
Oh, same here, man. Like YouTube, like it's when I need to learn something. It's like, oh, let me look that up on YouTube.
But he's very much like from my time era of growing up, but a lot of his takes I disagree with. But you can disagree with someone and still not like go after them.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I don't know why we've gotten away from mute and block. It's like, all right, just like, all right.
Yeah, exactly. It's just you can go away.
I mean, but then again, I don't have I have limited playtime, so it's like I'm not like actively like, oh, I've played 18 hours of video games this week. What am I going to do with the rest? It's like, no, I'm like, oh, guys, if I have free time, I'm rather going to be playing rather than worrying about what somebody says or doesn't say. Like, huh.
Yeah, exactly.
The one thing though with this current situation, he was playing with a mod on, and we established, or it was established around Shadowbringers time. Don't do that. And he's a pretty big streamer.
Well, it's inconsistent application of it though, because forget what was his name. But he had he tried to sue me and he tried to have my videos banned. Man, it's weird. I cannot recall like what his name is, but the probably for good reason. But it's like the guy went like AWOL crazy and he had mods up, and it's like if they're not gonna do a ban, like if you're not gonna apply, and not a perma ban, mind you. Like when I use the word ban, it comes from like it's a timeout basically. Perma ban means forever or whatever. But it's like if they're not gonna apply it to visible people who specifically do promote your games, you better not apply it to everybody or anybody else. Like streamer privilege is all they need. They don't need extra like, well, you make these great videos or you do this stuff and it's sold them into games. Like no, treat everybody fairly. If you're gonna have terms of service, and as long and really the terms of service is like, guys, just don't talk about it. Like just don't publicly go and show yourself breaking TOS. and we're not gonna like they don't have the energy, they don't have the capacity, they don't have the manpower to go and do that. But if it's something where it's just so easy to bring right into the forefront, like, okay, but then don't sit here and be like, oh, you're a famous streamer, we're not, we're gonna give you a pass. It's like, no. Like, yeah, that's just usually where I fall with it. NJ Fate says, I've noticed most people who go through Dawntrail now tend to like it a lot more than when it first came out. The negative feedback loop created the worst vibes and totally threw people off. Dawntrail's base story is flawed, but it's not that different from most Final Fantasy XIV MMO. Also, the actual battle content has been super good, which is what actually is engaging with for the last few years. And I've heard that, Fate, so many times, and you're, I think, 100% right when it comes to the battle content. Like, that's when universally praised. I didn't hear anybody tell me that the raids and stuff like that and the dungeons were bad. I was like, no, that's good. That's good to hear.
It's just the story, and I've been going through it recently too, but since it came out, I'm still not done because I get overloaded by just annoying parts of the story that I'm just like, this is really dumb. I don't like it, and it's not. And like I said multiple times, it has nothing to do with Wooklamant's voice actor. I just want to beat that into everyone's head who's gonna say, you just don't like the trans voice actor. I don't care, dude.
Yeah,
I'm not the person who cares about that much. What I do care about
the problem with that though is that that's become the defense and the narrative when it's like, okay, I'm sure there's a person out there who was really bothered by that. Okay, whatever. However, if you can't, and we can't have a real conversation and critique and an honest discussion about how like we either vibed or didn't vibe with this, that, and the other thing, and if it always just diverts itself fully into this like identity defense and then attacks, it's like, oh gosh, I hate giving any of that oxygen because it's like, okay, if somebody came and said that, and they said that to me, you don't like Wooklamant because you're Catholic and this is that and the other thing, I'd be like, you immediately have told me so much about yourself that it's like, I don't need to worry about what other thoughts you're going to share, because you can't seem to separate the fact that like I can have a critique and it has nothing to do with anybody's identity in this, this life. It's like easy. It's not hard because I don't ever, that isn't even anything that comes to my mind. It's like, I'm like, okay, we're talking about a character in the game and the vibe of the character. I'm like already like, even though I haven't played through Dawntrail, I'm like, yeah, I could see that. Well, I could see already why people are like, and they set it up, and they set it up with the other character like being annoyed, and it's like, I think essentially it probably more than anything else failed because it wasn't really written and acted well enough so that there was like the scene we just saw, like they're leaning into this very humoristic kind of approach, which is fine, but humor can be very difficult to land, and it's like, okay, and then it ends up coming off maybe a little bit cringy or a little bit weird,
It's not even like, it's not even her that I have problems with in the story. It's that the story,
anyway,
it's literally, you will see this, and I don't want to spoil anything, but it's like, I'm going to spoil a tiny bit, but it's like, oh, we're doing this adventure thing. Actually, the adventure thing is learning stuff for Wooklamant that she should have already known. Okay. Wooklamant's siblings are all actually better than her in every way, just in different ways. Okay, we won somehow. Damn it. Don't want to spoil her. We're in the Wild West now. Spacemen.
Future West.
The Wild West.
The Wild West. Wild West.
The Mild West.
The Mild West.
Time travel.
I didn't like Zero. I didn't like Zero as a character either, Meowsies. Like, I was like, Endwalker felt like a really satisfying ending to a journey. And then I was like kind of playing it. I was like, I'm not vibing with nothing here. Like, I was just like, all right. And then playing through it now, I'm like, I'm really glad I stepped away. I think that was the best thing to do, Wild West with rubber bullets. What the hell?
That's why I called it the Mild West.
Yeah, I mean, and I didn't spoil too much, but like, the story is literally all over the place, And at the point I'm at now, I had to take a break again, and it's been a few weeks because it is like I didn't like Stormblood at the time.
Stormblood, I felt, to jump in on that, is that I felt Stormblood actually was improved by Shadowbringers because it finished the story. Stormblood was like, hey, and then it's kind of building up to this, war that never came, and the war finally came in Shadowbringers with the why am I drawing a blank on the name? Whatever that zone was that I really loved.
I don't know. My thing with Stormblood, it felt very dry and very like political and very like you were just doing stuff because other people were jerks. And then you finally got to the post patch or to the post content between Stormblood and Shadowbringers, and then it was amazing. It was like the best story ever. It was like, I actually cried when you had to kill what's her face after she lost her memory, because she became such a compelling character. Like she actually wasn't a bad person, she just had all this stuff going on, and I was like, man, that was awesome, right? But so far in Dawntrail, I have not been able to get locked in again at all. Like, I'll play the story for like 2 or 3 hours just to get through it, and then I don't want to anymore for weeks.
Right now with the Endwalker stuff, and right now with the Dawntrail stuff, I do feel like I'm playing to get to where I want to go, which is like 7.3 and the 11 raids. Like that in and of itself was like, but then obviously Evercold is the real meat and potatoes in my mind. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to know what leads up to that. So I am paying attention, but I am paying attention with that. Like, I really don't care. Like, let's go. Like, come on. And I feel like there's going to be just a lot of bull snot, between here and there. It's like, the fun thing is, it's kind of wild. It's like, like talk about like, creators self-censoring. Like I've always done that. Like I've always gone, like, I try not to, to curse on stream in videos, and like there's a lot that I always kind of, have done naturally, because it's like I like my kids to be able to watch the videos, etc. But it's like, yep, it'll be really interesting. What's over here? It will be really interesting to me if anybody tries to come and like, get me a ban or something like that, because then it'd be like, what for? What did I do? Hey, what's up, gorgeous? Let me get to the Aetherite, and then I'll call it a day.
Yeah, the story structure for Dawntrail was just structurally, as a story, was not sound. I don't know how it got passed. But it's like there's structural flaws that you learn, in writing, in college, that you do, and they just like all the flaws that you're not the thing that they tell you not to do, they did, which is why, to me, the story, as someone who understands the structure of storytelling and everything, that's the reason why all these things just kept popping out at me. I'm like, oh, this is so bad. This is not what you do.
Well, it is all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I can't really articulate my points, because I don't want to spoil anything, because these will be major spoilers if I did. So
I'm so sorry. It's like, yep.
But yeah, you'll notice when you see them. If you understand conflict or character, even character arcs of how they grow and stuff, like you'll start to pick up like, why do they go this way instead of going that way? Because this would make it a little bit more sense character arc wise. Like, okay, we're building up these stakes, and now all of a sudden that's no longer a thing, and we're doing this instead. You don't do that, because then it makes everything else pointless. There's a lot of that.
The tower is still not rendering in the environment in the Steam version. It's making me mad.
No.
And the thing that sucks is it worked before I fixed the weapons not working, because I updated the weapon models for the ninja.
I wish like if I had full like dictator like authority, is that I wish it could be like everybody has to at least make one game in their lifetime before it's just like just make a game and then see how how it goes, because like all these little things. Like I still got to do some work on the UI, from what we talked about based off feedback, and I'm like, oh yeah, and it's like how much I've spent like on just kind of like one little bit, like and it's like can't believe I just spent like 4 hours on something that no one's gonna notice. Hey, dude. I had to ask because I hadn't heard you talk about it yet. Did you see I added auto run into the game?
I did. I was like, what the heck is going on? Oh, because I kept hitting L1. Yeah. Well,
it shouldn't start you off. Like, it's only when you're moving, and then if you press L1 while you're moving, to turn it on, and then it will like run you.
Well, I noticed today, and it was kind of bugging me because I was testing the Palace of the Dead mode.
Yeah.
Are you fixing the tab button in keyboard mode? Controller navigating to the buffs and debuffs?
I need to. I haven't done that yet. It's is that on the board?
I don't think so. I think we talked about it. I'll add it to the board.
Yeah, just make sure it's on the board in that way, because like as I get time to rock and roll. All right, guys, it is time for me to go back into a family man dad mode, but we have officially stepped here. I do have a question for anybody who's watching live, or if anybody's watching this as a VOD. If there are specific quests or story beats that you want to see, cue me in now, because I won't be doing this as 100% playthrough while on stream. I'll never get through it. I'll never get to Evercold. So it's like it's just easier for me sometimes to kick back at night and enjoy. However, if there's like, oh my gosh, when he gets to this zone, we really want to see what that reaction or have that discussion, please sound off in the comments or in Discord. I would very much appreciate, that kind of aspect, but otherwise you'll get what you get on that regards. All right, guys, let's see if there's anybody. We have actually a couple of people here on the Twitch side. Let me see if there's anybody we can go say hi to raid wise. I don't really I haven't been really raiding or doing any of that, but that's because I suck. Like, raid channel, what do we got? Is there a way to filter this down to 14? Anybody I know? Following. No. All right. Oh well. Well, guys, we're gonna just wrap it up, and hopefully you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Memorial Day, like I said earlier, and we'll see you next time.